Hi everyone! Welcome back again on my YouTube channel, The Colorful Story Mind. Stories are an important essence of our life. It keeps our life going. We must pass stories from one generation to another. And for this, we need to keep alive the art of storytelling. People of all ages love stories, no doubt. Children are great fans of them. The stories and art of storytelling has been around since ages. And it began as an oral tradition. Before there was nothing like script and was discovered, where to write, what to write, how to write. So it went from one generation to another orally through words. Uh, and it is the most effective way to communicate and learn in a fun way. Like stories, you don't have to put so much pressure. Oh, I have to learn this. This is the concept I have to learn. You just have to sit and something that interests you, it's always there forever in your memory and brain. That makes you creative, think creatively, and when you tell this to other people, it's always added additional with your creativity. Yeah, but the concept remains the same. And in fact, you have seen stories being painted or embedded on the caves, and it was known as cave paintings. But stories are part of everyday life, and every culture and city has some or the other narratives to be said and told. And this is shared in the means of education, culture, entertainment, performances, or in part of religious stories, songs, or prayers. Saddening part of this is we are gradually losing the art of storytelling. Mm, that we used to become a performer consciously or unconsciously. Consciously means like we used to go ourselves, present on the stage, different stories and series were told to people and large public. And unconsciously performers like grandmother, parents, children telling stories to each other what they have heard. It's another kind of performance that they are giving, but it's not a formal performance. It's like an informal way. The modern absorbing gaming gadgets, televisions, apps, these web series, entertainment channels, Cartoon Network. Not network means different cartoon channels. Somewhere have stolen this art of storytelling, because kids get so much absorbed, they keep sitting at one place, or just take these mobiles and gaming gadgets and get absorbed continuously for hours and hours and hours. And they miss that essence of different development that takes place when they are actively participating both physically and mentally. And because of sitting continuously in front of television or mobiles, their cognitive development, metacognition, their physical, that is motor and psychomotor skills get affected. Mm, and because of that, seeing continuously on the television, the eyesights are decreasing, and they are like using such thick glasses. Like it's like only few kids used to put these glasses who really had nutritional problem or something similar they had in their family. But nowadays they are developing weak eyesight only because of watching and the harmful rays that is affecting their eyesight. So, what about the storybooks and benefits of listening and thinking and speaking stories? It's like if kids listen or read the stories with the visuals, excuse me, that is picture books or story cards, that open a new world of imagination and gives them an aesthetic sense. It adds to their aesthetic sense, leading to the building up of emotional quotient. Yes, emotional quotient. These days in the competitive world, emotional quotient is in more demand. It gets more weightage in comparison to the IQ, that is intelligent quotient. So stories create magic, brings in real life situation, and when there is real life situation, it becomes very easy for kids to actually get some solution if they are in such situation. It helps them to understand and respect different cultures, races, religion, people, and their attitude towards life, and learn obviously new vocabularies and expressions. Finally, making them a good decision maker, logical thinkers, and leading their life in a positive and fruitful way. To explain such heavy words that I have said right now regarding storytelling as a performance art, or how it helps, like the cognitive, metacognitive development, logical thinking, I'll tell you a simple story that everyone has heard. And this we have heard since our childhood and tried to tell this to our kids also. So let's listen to this story of the father, son, and donkey. I know you are familiar and you may be thinking, we have heard, why is she telling us this story? But at the end, I'll let you know why. So, a father, son, and their donkey was on a destination, and father, like for years and years, he had traveled. So he had a lot of experience, and he was like, I feel fit enough than my small kid, because for him to travel and walk through the journey would be really difficult. So what did the father do? The father asked his son, dear son, go and sit on the donkey. So father said, so the son did that. And while they were passing through the village, there were people around in that village, in that society, and they said, son is so shameless, making his father walk, and he himself is sitting so comfortably riding the donkey and making his father's walk through the sun, the heat. So son felt ashamed and asked his father, father, dear father, please you sit on the donkey and now I'll walk. So father also got conscious, and he didn't want someone should say like that to his son. So father now sat on the donkey. While they were traveling, they reached another village. So there were people. So there also, when they saw this father sitting on the donkey and making his son walk, they said, shame on the lazy father, making his little son walk and he himself riding so comfortably. Uh, so now what they thought, so they were carrying some heavy loads. So now they just decided and put all those heavy loads on the donkey, and donkeys generally have this habit of carrying the burden and walking, so it was okay for it. So when they reached the third village, there people said, shame, 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 shame on this father and son. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for loading such heavy load on that poor donkey? So now father and son thought, now what should we do? Like everywhere we are going, some or the other thing they are saying. So now this thought, they put off all the load, and they found a pole, And what did they do? They tied the donkey on that pole and carried the donkey on their shoulders. So they thought ki now no one will say anything. We have done something intelligent. Now, while again, but still, there were some people who were laughing. They said, "Oh my God, see this foolish father and the son. What are they doing? Carrying a donkey. They should sit on that." But what they did was, and before that I missed something more. Like when they put the load on the donkey, they also sat on the donkey, both of them. That's why people said more on that thing. And finally they decided that we are going to carry the donkey. So as they were going, they found a bridge and they had to cross that bridge. While they were going on the bridge, one of the uh, legs of the donkey got loosened. Thus, the unbalance created the donkey to fell off in the river. Chapak! And there they both sat down and kept crying. My donkey, it went into the river. It will die. We can't do anything. And then they felt like these villages everywhere we are going, they're saying something or the other. So what mistake we did was we should not listen to anyone, because it was very simple. For some time father would have sat on the donkey, for some time son would have sat on the donkey, then sometimes they would have put the load, divided, and the journey would have been covered and finally reached to the destination, hurting no one. So it's like we need to be confident on what we are doing. As anything we do, people around will have some or the other opinion that will deflect us from our aim. So it is said, if you try to please everybody, you will please none. You won't be able to please anybody in that way. So you may be thinking how this brought different kinds of development and performance. Obviously, on the stage you may perform out this story and it has a moral, cognitively and physically. Obviously, if children are like acting out it, speaking, reading it in the book, seeing those donkey, father, son words, reading, so their language will develop, their brain is going to develop. They'll also think logically. Yes, we don't need to think every time like what people say. And how what are the different ways we can bring in to cover a destination. It was a simple story where they found problems and hindrance. So if they find such problem, not exactly of donkey, father and the thing, but yes, life problems, so what are the ways they are going to use skills and ideas to sort it or solve that. And when we see successful people, we think how they got success. Obviously they too have gone through different problems, depression. There would have been many who would have demotivated them, but they would have fought out. They would not, they have fought out and tried to peep into those positive aspect of life, their ideas. They kept on going with their idea because they knew what they want, and they just have to reach. Like we say, that machli ki aankh, where Arjun kept on seeing that eyes of the fish and he didn't get deflected, and finally the arrow went in straight into that eyes. So, and stories like different stories like of sages, Gautam Buddha, eminent personalities, Abraham Lincoln, gods, magic, everything adds fun to our life. Like how magic, we are so stressed out every day in our life. So magic, imagination, that different world that we want to escape, we read and we escape. So we get refreshed again to fight out the life that's out. So it's a kind of small appeal or an idea of mine that the youth, educators, children, parents, grandparents, and especially a performance artist, please keep alive the art of storytelling. So before signing off, I'll show you a small painting, and I want to tell that through different paintings or even anything that we see around in the world, trees, birds, everything gives us, everything has a story. Every uh, people have something to tell you, like this painting. We can take it positively. We can, if we want to eat something, we sometimes think we don't have such money to waste on things. Grow your own tree, like people before used to do. They used to grow and have fruits and vegetables. Enjoy your life every day. See if they are enjoying whatever the resources they had. They enjoyed their life. They played with their cattle, they fed their cattle. Food, whatever you eat, bring or cook, enjoy that fruit. Work, whatever you choose to work, enjoy that. If you don't enjoy, just think what can make you love your life, and how you can make your life positive. So this painting is a worldly art, a tribal art from Maharashtra, and I really love this small paintings and the message that it has to give. So I'll take off now, and do keep seeing positive in everything, and keep alive the art of storytelling. Bye. Oh, I forgot to give you like my last message. So in this way, I'll keep coming up with different stories. In fact, I have my channel where I have put different kinds of stories, and there are different artwork that I help children to learn. In fact, elders can also learn after I tell a story. But now I'll come up with different concepts, like why do we need stories, how story is a performing art, because we are losing, we don't know actually everything about story, and we take story in a very literary, in a very normal sense. Okay, we have to speak story, we have to listen and then go off to sleep. No, how stories are beneficial. So different, I'll keep coming up with different aspect and keep making videos. So keep listening to stories and why, the different facts behind them. So for that, like my YouTube channel. I have different pages like Facebook page, Insta and Twitter. I'll give you a link down there. So do like, subscribe and share my channel. Bye.